All right, let's jump right in. We're going to take a look at a pretty wild vision of the future, a social app called Zocialized. And then we're going to unpack the actual tech that could make it all happen. Seriously, it's a trip from what feels like sci-fi straight to the computer you're probably watching this on. Okay, so just imagine this for a second. You open up an app, right? But it's not just swiping through profiles. It's using this incredibly smart AI to figure out compatibility on a whole other level. We're not just talking about whether you both like hiking. It's way deeper than that. And honestly, that's just scratching the surface. So you match with someone. Now, instead of that awkward hey back and forth, you could, with a click, just generate a shared virtual reality date. Instantly. No loading screen, no waiting. 1 second, you're on your couch, and the next, boom, you're both exploring some amazing digital landscape together. All of it created in real time. Now, this is where things get a little weird and really interesting. The app could have something called a bond integrity monitor, giving you real-time feedback on your connection with the other person. I mean, it's a fascinating idea, right? Maybe a little intense using tech to literally measure a vibe. And then, to really push things to the absolute edge, the concept even talks about a ZID chip implant. Yeah, this takes the whole seamless tech idea and puts it right inside you. It's a pretty provocative thought that really makes you wonder, where's the line between you and your tech? So, here's the big question. Is all of this just a cool story, some fantasy from the future? Or are the pieces for this kind of instant, super personal, and deeply integrated experience actually, already here? Well, that's exactly what we're about to find out. See, the secret to making something like Zocialized a reality, it isn't hiding in some giant faraway server farm. It's a totally new way of doing AI. It's a technology called BrowserGen AI. So let's break down what that actually is. So at its heart, BrowserGen AI is exactly what it says here. It's an engine for making video and interactive stuff. But the part that changes everything is where it happens. Not in the cloud, not on some company's server, but right inside your web browser on your own machine. And this number says it all. This is the single biggest game changer. Because it's all happening locally, the latency is zero. Zilch. It's completely real time. You type a command, it happens. No waiting in line, no buffering. This is the magic that would power those instant VR dates we were just talking about. So this forces us to think about AI in a totally different way. This isn't just a small step up, it's a huge shift away from the model we're all used to, with the big cloud-based AIs. Okay, just look at this comparison. It makes it so clear. With traditional cloud AI, latency is high. You're waiting minutes, maybe more. Privacy, well, your data's being sent somewhere else, so not great. Cost, you usually pay per generation. And control, it's basically a black box. Now BrowserGen just flips the whole table. Latency is zero. Privacy is 100% because nothing ever leaves your computer. It costs you nothing to run because it's your hardware. And you get total real-time control over everything. You can literally tweak the physics and effects as they're happening. This quote from their documentation just nails it. It perfectly captures the whole idea. It's all about getting rid of the stuff that gets in the way, the servers, the queues, the cost, and just letting you create. It's about a direct, immediate connection between your idea and the final product. So, how in the world does it do all this? What's actually inside this thing that makes this local, real-time generation even possible? Let's pop the hood and take a quick look. It's a pretty powerful toolkit. First up, smart prompt parsing. That just means the AI gets what you want. For example, you type the word fire, and it doesn't just go find a GIF of fire. No, it creates a real moving fire simulation with particles you can actually play with. Then you've got the cinematograph engine, which is a cool way of saying it can take a still photo and make parts of it move, like a living picture. It can even generate procedural audio, creating sound effects from scratch that perfectly sync with the visuals. And when you're done, you can export the whole thing as a high-quality video right from your browser. And here's the secret sauce. It's not magic. It's the hardware that tons of us already have in our computers. It's a client-side engine, which means it harnesses the power of your computer's graphics card, your GPU. Modern GPUs are absolute beasts, perfect for the kind of heavy-duty math needed for this stuff. This tech is just unlocking the power you already own. All right, so let's zoom out for a second. Why is this move from the cloud to your local device such a big deal? What does it actually mean for us, for the person actually using it?
It really all comes down to these three massive benefits. You get 100% privacy, period, because your data literally never goes anywhere. You get total creative control, so you can make it look exactly how you want in real time. And it's zero cost to run, because you're just using the computer you already paid for. It basically puts this incredible power in everyone's hands.
And this is the most important part to remember. In a world where we're all worried about our data, a local-first AI means you have complete and total ownership. Your prompts, your private data, your amazing creations, they all belong to you. And they stay with you, always. And so that leaves us with a really big question we all need to think about. As this AI technology gets more and more powerful, as it weaves itself into our lives, we have to decide how we want it to be built. Where do we actually want all that power to live? In some distant corporate cloud? Or right here on the devices that we own, that we control?